Think you know what's in your peanut butter? Think again. That creamy spread you love might be hiding some serious secrets. We bought every major brand and dug into the ingredients. What we found was shocking. Today, we're exposing 7 hidden ingredients in your favorite peanut butter brands. We'll break down what they are, why they're there, and what they could be doing to your body. After this, you'll never look at a jar of peanut butter the same way again. Let's get into it. First up, hydrogenated oils. The name alone sounds like something out of a chemistry lab, and in a way, it is. These oils are the result of a process that changes the very structure of the fat molecules, all in the name of convenience and shelf life. Companies add hydrogenated oils to peanut butter to keep it smooth and creamy, so you never have to deal with that layer of oil on top. It makes the product look perfect every time you open the jar, and it means you don't have to stir before spreading. But this convenience comes at a hidden cost. The hydrogenation process creates trans fats, artificial fats that are considered the most dangerous for your heart and overall health. These fats are not naturally found in foods. They're a byproduct of industrial processing. Trans fats are notorious for raising your LDL, or bad cholesterol, while simultaneously lowering your HDL, the good cholesterol that helps protect your heart. This double whammy increases your risk of heart disease, stroke, and even type 2 diabetes. Here's where it gets tricky. Food labeling laws allow companies to round down. If a serving contains less than half a gram of trans fat, the label can legally say 0 grams. So, you might think you're avoiding trans fats, but you could still be eating them in small amounts with every serving. And let's be honest, most of us eat more than just one serving of peanut butter at a time. Those tiny amounts add up, and over weeks and months you could be consuming a significant dose of these harmful fats without even realizing it. So how can you spot these sneaky fats? Look for the words hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oils in the ingredient list. If you see them, that's a clear red flag that trans fats are lurking inside, no matter what the nutrition label claims. These oils are added to extend shelf life and keep the texture uniform, but they do nothing for your health. In fact, they do the opposite, putting your heart at risk for the sake of a little convenience. Natural peanut butters, on the other hand, don't use hydrogenated oils. You'll notice the oil separates and rises to the top, and you have to give it a good stir before using. That's actually a sign of a more wholesome product, one that hasn't been altered with artificial fats. Sure, it takes a little extra effort to stir, but that simple action means you're choosing a product that's better for your heart and your long-term health. So next time you're shopping, take a moment to flip the jar over and read the ingredients. If you spot hydrogenated oils, put it back on the shelf and keep looking. Don't let the promise of convenience lure you into making a choice that could harm your health in the long run. The easy option isn't always the best one. Instead, reach for the jar that needs a stir. It might seem like a small change, but it's a powerful step toward protecting your heart and supporting your well-being. Making the switch to natural peanut butter is easy, and the benefits are huge. You'll be cutting out artificial fats and giving your body the real nourishing food it deserves. Don't be fooled by a perfectly smooth texture. Sometimes what looks perfect on the outside hides something less than perfect inside. If you want to go the extra mile, you can even make your own peanut butter at home, just peanuts and maybe a pinch of salt. That way, you know exactly what you're eating. Your heart will thank you for making the switch. Let's move on to the next ingredient to watch out for. Next up, added sugar. It's the ingredient that sneaks into our diets in ways we rarely notice, and peanut butter is one of the most surprising culprits. You expect to find sugar in candy, sodas, and desserts, but peanut butter, for many, it's a breakfast staple or a go-to snack, not a treat. Yet, the sugar content in some jars rivals that of your favorite sweets. Many popular brands pack in sugar to make their product more addictive, especially for kids. It's a clever way to keep you coming back for more, turning a simple food into a sugary temptation. Some jars have up to 8 grams of sugar per serving, almost as much as a donut. Imagine spreading that on your toast every morning thinking you're making a healthy choice. That's a sugar bomb, especially if you're making sandwiches for your family. Each bite adds up, and before you know it, you're consuming more sugar than you ever intended. High sugar intake is linked to weight gain, diabetes, and heart disease. It's not just about empty calories. Sugar can have a real impact on your long-term health, especially when it's hidden in foods you trust. Companies use different names, cane sugar, molasses, corn syrup solids, to hide just how much is in there. These aliases make it harder to spot the sugar lurking in your jar. Real peanut butter doesn't need added sugar. The best versions are made from just peanuts, maybe a pinch of salt, and nothing else. Roasted peanuts are naturally delicious. Their rich, nutty flavor stands on its own, without any need for sweeteners or fillers. The sweetness is just a marketing trick to get you hooked. Bright labels and catchy slogans make sugary peanut butter seem fun and irresistible, especially to kids. Don't let them turn your healthy snack into a dessert. What starts as a nutritious option can quickly become a sugar-laden treat if you're not careful. Check the label for sugar and its sneaky cousins. Look for words like evaporated cane juice, dextrose, or honey. They all mean added sugar. The best peanut butter has 0 or 1 gram of sugar, naturally from peanuts. That's how you know you're getting the real deal, not a dessert in disguise. Compare brands and you'll be shocked at the difference. Some are loaded with sugar, while others keep it simple and pure. Choose the one that tastes like peanuts, not candy. Be a sugar sleuth. Your taste buds and your body will thank you. Your health depends on it. Make the switch to real peanut butter and enjoy the true flavor of peanuts, without the sugar overload. Let's keep going. Ever seen mono and diglycerides on the label? If you've ever paused in the grocery aisle squinting at the back of a peanut butter jar, you're not alone. These mysterious-sounding ingredients pop up in all sorts of processed foods, but what are they really? Mono and diglycerides are emulsifiers. Basically, they're man-made fats that help blend oil and water together. In peanut butter, they keep everything smooth and creamy, preventing the oil from separating out and floating to the top. That's why your favorite spread stays perfectly mixed, even after sitting on the shelf for months. These emulsifiers are usually made from vegetable oils, but sometimes animal fats are used too. During the manufacturing process, a small amount of trans fats can be created as a byproduct, even if the label says 0 grams trans fat. That's because food labeling laws allow companies to round down if the amount per serving is below a certain threshold. Here's the catch. Those hidden trans fats don't have to be listed on the nutrition label, so you could be eating them without realizing it, especially if you're enjoying processed foods regularly. But that's not the only concern. Some research suggests that emulsifiers like mono and diglycerides might disrupt your gut health by interfering with the balance of good bacteria in your digestive system. Over time, this could potentially lead to inflammation or other health issues. Remember, these are highly processed, lab-made ingredients. They're added to improve texture and shelf life, not to boost nutrition. The more processed a food is, the more likely it is to contain additives like these. Natural peanut butter, on the other hand, doesn't need any of these additives. It's just peanuts, and maybe a little salt. You'll notice the oil separates and rises to the top, which is actually a good sign. All you have to do is give it a good stir before spreading. That's a small price to pay for a cleaner, more wholesome product. That oil layer is a natural part of the process and shows you're getting a less processed, healthier option, one that's closer to real food. So next time you're shopping, skip the emulsifiers and embrace the stir. Look for peanut butter with simple, recognizable ingredients, ideally just peanuts and salt. Your gut and your heart will thank you for making the switch to a more natural choice. Now that you know what's really in your peanut butter, let's move on to the next hidden ingredient. Stay sharp and keep reading those labels. Let's talk salt. A little enhances flavor, but most brands go overboard. Some peanut butters have over 150 milligrams of sodium per serving. That's a big chunk of your daily limit in just 2 tablespoons. Too much sodium raises blood pressure and increases your risk of heart disease and stroke. Companies add salt to make peanut butter more addictive and to mask lower quality ingredients. The natural flavor of roasted peanuts doesn't need all that salt. Check the sodium content. Natural brands often have low sodium or unsalted options. Look for less than 100 milligrams per serving. Your blood pressure will thank you. Don't let salt sneak up on you. Read the label, compare brands, and choose wisely. Simple is better. Let's keep going. Think you've dodged sugar? Watch out for corn syrup solids. It's just another cheap processed sweetener, dehydrated corn syrup in powder form. Companies use it to sweeten and smooth out peanut butter, but it's just empty calories. Corn syrup solids spike your blood sugar and add no nutrition. The name sounds harmless, but it's just sugar in disguise. By using multiple sweeteners, companies can hide how much sugar is really in your food. If you see corn syrup solids, dextrose, or maltodextrin on the label, put the jar back. Real peanut butter doesn't need them. Look for a short, simple ingredient list. 1 ingredient: peanuts. 2 if you like salt. Anything more? Ask why. Don't be fooled by fancy names. Let's move on. Palm oil is everywhere, including peanut butter. It's used to prevent oil separation, but it's high in saturated fat, which can raise bad cholesterol. The bigger issue: palm oil production drives deforestation, destroys habitats, and fuels climate change. Even sustainable palm oil certifications are often unreliable. Your peanut butter could be linked to rainforest destruction and human rights abuses. Is a no-stir jar worth that cost? The best choice: peanut butter, with just peanuts and salt. You'll avoid extra saturated fat and help protect the planet. Vote with your wallet. Skip the palm oil. Your health and the environment will thank you. Make a powerful choice. Let's wrap up. Last up, natural and artificial flavors. Natural flavors sound healthy, but they're often made with dozens of chemicals, processed far from anything natural. Companies use them to cover up bland or low-quality ingredients. You'll never know what's really in them. They're trade secrets. If your peanut butter needs added flavors, it's probably not using great peanuts. Real peanut butter tastes amazing on its own. Added flavors are a red flag for over-processing. Don't be fooled by marketing. Check the label. Skip the flavors. Choose real food, not lab-made taste. The best peanut butter is just peanuts, and maybe salt. Trust your taste buds. Let's finish up. There you have it, the 7 hidden ingredients in your peanut butter. Now you know how to spot the junk and choose better. Read your labels. The shorter and simpler, the better. The best peanut butter? Just peanuts, maybe a little salt. Your health and the planet will thank you. Let us know in the comments which ingredients surprised you most. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check your labels.